Alright, we're here to talk about The Flesh and Blood Show, which is basically the name of this set is named after. So The Flesh and Blood Show is also the name of the set because it's horror and sexploitation. So that's basically just the name of the set. I think this one might be the most famous film in the set. At least as far as I'm aware. My girlfriend is aware of this one, and it's one of her favorites. I think it's certainly a strange one. It's one I enjoy a bit because it's just kind of it's very very British, very kind of. I mean, there's a lot of titties. I do like titties. I'll be honest. There's even a dick in there. So if you like some dick, there's some dick. But it is a little bit over the top. Like you just have one character who's she just has her tits out. She just has her tits out, and it's just like you're basically a work glove. Why you got your tits out? Why you got your tits out, love? What I say? Yeah. So it's basically a bunch of actors get together. Yeah, I've been hired by an unknown person to put on a show at the theatre. Or they're basically rehearsing with this theatre to then go into London with an actual production. They've all been hired for this production. Because they're idiots. I mean, gullible. I mean, what? Nothing. Yeah, and it's one of these things. I said this for the last one. It's very 70s. It's very 70s. It's very weird. It's just. Oh, there we go. Yeah. It's a slasher film. It feels very much in the kind of slasher tropes of it's a bunch of I guess young adults or not really teenagers, but I mean, to be fair, if they were teenagers, they'd probably still be adults if in this era, because you'd basically all know what they'd always hire like people in the 30s probably, because it's the 70s, so teenagers are basically played by people in the 70s. The 70s, 30s. Wow. Yeah. So, there's a long-ass description of the plot in this on Wikipedia, but I'm not going to go through that. Normally I like to go through the plot, but there's a decent plot. This also film does have a 3D sequence, which I appreciate that they also replicated in this set. So my copy does come with 2 pairs of 3D glasses, red and green ones, which is very I appreciate the way they do that. You don't have to watch it in 3D with those glasses. When I did my recording for it, I watched it in 2D, so that because it's a red and green like 3D. If you watch it in 2D, it's entirely in black and white. But it fits because it's a flashback, so it's like it kind of works because it's a flashback. So you're like, oh, it's in black and white. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. So you have a whole bunch of these teenagers, and kind of not really much happens. They're all kind of trying to figure out what's going on, and it's one of those ones where it's like, oh, what happened? What happened? And it's one where they find a newspaper, and it's, this act who went a little bit nuts, and basically a kind of thespian who went a bit nuts. He killed his cheating wife or girlfriend. Basically was like, she's a harlot. She's a harlot. Killed her and her boyfriend. Locks them away. And and then just kind of adopts. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. The child comes in. If it's his child or her child, I don't remember. But the child is adopted and just. Yeah, he kind of goes, "That's my child now," and the child is also allegedly an accomplice in this, because they talk about like, "Oh, we couldn't have killed this one person. Who did that?" And it's heavily implied she doesn't. She kind of gets away with it. Like I said, this one is. It's a very strange film. Honestly, I think it's one I'm gonna have to rewatch. Just to fully get it. Yeah. This one I definitely need to rewatch. Because, I'll be honest, I think I might have missed a few things. But let's be honest, the plot... it's right, it's a slasher, so there's not much going on throughout most of the film. Yeah, and then you basically get to the main villain, who's an old guy who's basically killed a bunch of people, and I can't... he gets police called, and he gets taken away, and it's like, yep, cool, we're sorted, and then everyone goes, yeah, we'll go back to our lives. It's just... honestly, it's not my favourite, but I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy... it is a kind of cult British horror, and I'll be honest, I enjoyed it a little bit. I definitely think I have to watch it again to fully understand it. There's a lot of titties, so I do like some titties. I'll be honest, I'm a sucker for titties. And some ass, and like I said, there's at least one dick. Is it worth watching? Yeah, totally worth watching. It feels very. Again, this one feels very 70s. Yeah, it's very a contemporary, like, horror film of that era, and it's enjoyable. Not my favorite, but I can see where I think this one might grow on me when if I watch it a few more times. I might have to get some friends to watch it with me. I just blame like, yep, there are some titties in it, but don't worry, it's not a porno. I had to explain that with a few films of mine, because a few of them are a little bit too much sexploitation. And you're like, but yeah. Flesh and Blood show. It's a good one. But I definitely think I need to do another rewatch of it in the future. But yeah. That is the Flesh and Blood show. We're 2 films into the set. The next one is The House of Whipcord, which I think is full sexploitation. So, yeah. I'll be watching that. I'm gonna just hold my thumb over that, because that's some titties. We'll get to it. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, I'll find out, because I've still got 5 more films of the set to watch. Yeah, that's one of them. And so I've got House of Whipcord, Frightmare, The House of Mortal Sin, Schizo, and The Comeback. So, we'll find out. I'll find out. But for now I say, live long and prosper.